I wasn't planning on filming this now. I feel like doing it. So if you notice that the last 3 of my videos all have the same background, no you didn't. You didn't see anything. But to be fair, it's a very nice, pretty background, so. So I get asked this all the time. I've been planning on doing a video about this for a while. I just haven't, but I feel like doing it right now, so I'm gonna. Why not? This is gonna be my best tips and tricks on how to grow book social medias. I'm gonna say that this isn't gonna work for everyone. These are not guaranteed tips. The people who have guaranteed strategies for you, like, I don't know how much I believe that, because in full honesty, I think a lot of it is luck. I think having a strategy is good, but a big portion of it is luck. And anyone who tells you luck isn't a factor, I don't know about that. I feel a little suspicious of that. On Instagram, I grew to 40K in 14 months. That's how long it took me. And then I think TikTok, I think it took me like 3 months to grow to 30K, and then I've been pretty stagnant on TikTok, I'm not gonna lie. My plans for TikTok before have gone out the window. Like, I can't seem to grow on TikTok anymore. Maybe that'll change one day, but this is mostly gonna be for Instagram. Now I'm trying to grow on YouTube as well. YouTube is definitely a challenge, but I'm gonna try because it's like I already make content for the other 2 platforms, so I might as well just post shorts on here and just see what happens. It's like, it doesn't hurt anyone. It takes me 2 seconds to post a video. Make sure to go check out my other social medias if you'd like, because they're fun, I swear. So like I said, this is going to be mainly Instagram Reels. That's what I'm going to be referring to, but you can use these tips on other platforms as well. My number 1 tip, and I know everyone says this, so you probably already know this, but my number 1 tip is be consistent. Everyone says that, but I do think it is true. Unfortunately, Instagram does kind of punish you if you are not being consistent, if you take breaks, which sucks, because like if you need a break, take a break, do your thing. And I know everyone's like, I can't post every day, that's too much. But I batch content, like I'm doing for YouTube videos right now. I batch content, I'll do like a bunch of videos at once and then release one a day throughout the week. And I just think that's the best way to do things. Just think about it, like you're already like put your makeup on, you have all your stuff ready to go, your background, your good lighting, you film 10 videos, you edit them really quickly. You make short form content. I mean, it does take time. Like I spend a lot of time making content, but you take that one day you have, you make a bunch at once, and then it takes you 5 minutes to post them, give them a caption, things like that. I do think it's nice to have both photos and videos for Instagram, but for me personally, Reels were what helped me grow, not my photos. I've had some of my photos do pretty well, but at the end of the day, Reels were really what did it for me. Some people rely solely on photos, and that's cool, that works for some people. Just my personal tips, I would say if you're gonna choose one or the other, I would go for Reels. I think using relevant hashtags is also good. I will put like an emoji and then I'll reply to my own comment with the hashtags just so it's not like so in your face. And I don't put it on the actual video itself, but for TikTok, I would put hashtags on the actual video itself just because it doesn't like read the hashtags the same way in the comments as it does on Instagram. Like I said, I think a lot of it is luck. Like my videos that have gone viral, I usually don't think they're gonna go viral and then they do and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense why that one went viral versus the one I worked so hard on that I thought would and didn't. It's like you have to constantly produce good content and then just it'll happen to go viral. I mean, I like to try to think of content that I'm like, is somebody gonna wanna share this with their friend? Is this gonna make somebody have like an emotional reaction? Is this something that I would want to see when I'm just scrolling through social media? Because at the end of the day, you should be your own target audience. So if you go back and watch your video and you say like, I'm gonna try to look at this from a lens of another person who doesn't know me, some random person who likes books. And I watch this video and I say, I don't really care. Like, that didn't really interest me. I'm not gonna go look at their profile. Just try to look at it as if you're not watching your own content. Be like, is this something that I would find interesting if I was scrolling on social media? And if the answer is no, then maybe reevaluate kind of what you're posting about. Obviously try to have good lighting, decent quality. My quality is not always the best, and sometimes they still do okay. So it's not like the utmost importance, but like obviously try to make that as good as possible because that will only help you in the long run. Following trends does help. I know it's not possible to jump on every trend because not everyone can just post a video the same day they see a trend going on and then the trend's done in 2 days. but following trends for me has definitely helped. I tend to find the trends on TikTok and then I will post them on Instagram, and then sometimes people think I started the trend and I'm like, no, this is like a big thing. I think it's a little bit easier to have a trend last longer on Instagram than on TikTok. On TikTok, it'll be there and gone in a day or two, but Instagram, it tends to last a little bit longer, which I find nicer. I don't jump on every trend because it's just not possible. Like, it's hard. Everyone always says to use trending sounds on Reels. I haven't followed that. I post my own audio and it'll sometimes then add to the audio page of the original one, but a lot of times it'll say Kira's original audio, which isn't true because I pulled it from TikTok. That wasn't a blocker for me. I don't think it's a bad idea to do that. For me, that wasn't an issue. And again, these are just my personal experiences. Other creators probably have very different experiences or some of the same, but this is just my personal, like what I've learned, what I've seen, and what has worked for me versus not worked for me. I personally choose not to go down this route because I don't think it's worth it, but controversial things tend to do well, or if people are arguing in your comments, because then there's just more and more comments, people are engaged. Like, engagement is a big part of if your videos get pushed. Not always, because sometimes I'll have videos that get really good engagement and then the views just aren't there, but it is a factor. So being controversial does seem to kind of work a little bit, or something that's just gonna like piss off a certain group of people. Like my most viral post, 7.5 million, just pissed off the men. The men were so angry. They were all so angry in their comments. I deleted their comments. If I'd left them, it probably would have gotten me even more views, but it was already blowing up so much, I just didn't care. I deleted all the nasty comments, but oh my God, they were so mad. Like, if people are mad, like, you just want to get people to have an emotion, essentially, like something they find really funny that they want to send to their friend. If it makes them so mad that they want to comment, if it makes them so sad that they're like, oh my God, or like so happy that they want to save it. It's like just getting people to react. I've noticed for the book niche specifically that book reviews tend to do well if you're someone who does read a lot. I personally don't really do book reviews just because I don't read that much, and I also don't like to talk about negative reviews just because I don't like bashing authors. Some people do it, that's fine. Totally entitled to your opinion and stuff. I just don't like to talk about the books I didn't like. I like to only talk about books I did like. So I don't post about new books that often because I'm really picky and I don't read that much. So that's just not a thing I do, but I've seen that work for a lot of other people. At the end of the day, it's consistently posting solid, good content that you would want to watch, and then just letting it sit there and seeing what happens. That's what I do. I mean, maybe some other people would disagree with that, but like, that's what I think the premise of it is just make good content that you would want to watch, that other people want to watch, that you find entertaining or somebody would want to share. Do it every day if you can. It's okay if you take a day off. It's okay if you need a break, but that will help you. And then just hope it goes viral. Like, that's what it is at the end of the day. I'm sorry, but like, I think a giant portion of it is luck, at least for me. Maybe there's a strategy that's been happening behind the scenes that I have no idea about and I'm just ignorant about it, but I really do think a lot of it is just sitting there and being like, I hope that does well. And also, if you post something and it doesn't do well right off the bat, do not delete it, because my stuff doesn't go viral the day I post it. It will go viral 2 weeks after, a month after I post it. It never goes viral within like the first 2 days. That seems to be very much so a thing on Instagram, sometimes a thing on TikTok, but very much so for Instagram. It always takes at least like a week or two to start taking off. Also, make sure to interact with the community. Like, have fun, comment on other people's stuff, follow other people in your specific niche, and post about things you find fun. Comment about things you find fun. Share things you find fun. The algorithm will learn your niche when you do that, when you interact with the very specific community, and then just make friends because it's fun. You know what I mean? Like, reach out to people, DM people, comment on things, just create and build relationships, because that also can help new people find you too. Like, if you're sharing their stuff, they're sharing your stuff, you guys are just having fun, talking, interacting. Like, I think being part of the community is really, really great, and it's just fun. Like, yes, it's beneficial, but that's not even why I did it. I did it just because I was like, I want new friends, but then it in the long run ends up kind of helping you too. So yeah, if you want to be part of a community that is very community-based, like the book communities, I definitely recommend getting involved in the community and maybe even doing collabs or things like that. Like, I've only done a few collabs. I'm very picky about my collabs, but the ones I have done have been very fun. Also, don't be afraid to say no to people if they're like pressuring you to do something or some collab that you don't want to do. Like, I always feel like I have to say yes, but it's also okay to say no and know your boundaries. But yeah, guys, just have fun. Post content that you enjoy, that you feel comfortable with, that you can produce a lot of. A lot of people say they would rather do quality over quantity. And yes, you want to produce good quality videos. Like, obviously not everyone's gonna be perfect. I personally would argue otherwise, even though that seems counterproductive. I would argue quantity over quality. Personally, if I had to choose one, obviously you want both if you can, but like I said, I think a lot of it's luck. So if you push out 100 videos, you're more likely to have one go viral than if you push out 5 videos. That's just the way it works. Seems like that shouldn't be how it works, but I think it is how it works. So for me, it's like quantity, consistency with that quantity, and try to post around the same time every day if you can. I don't know if that actually works, but I've been told it does. I usually post in the morning. The one time I posted at night, my video did not do well, like at all. So I think the algorithm does kind of track that. Like I post between like 8 and noon sometimes, so it's not like it has to be like the exact same time every day, but if you're a morning poster or an afternoon poster or a night poster, I would try to stick to that if you can. So try to pick something that works well with your daily life schedule. I'm sure there are plenty of other tips out there, and there's plenty of gurus for social media and things like that. This is just if you want my opinion. I don't know why you would, but this is just how my journey went and what I've noticed, and I'm probably forgetting something because I feel like I'm always forgetting something because I wasn't planning on doing this video today. Usually I like write notes of what I was going to talk about, but I'm just winging it completely and totally right now of what comes to mind when I think about that. But I think those are the biggest things. Just acknowledge that it's luck and know that it's not like, if you don't go viral, you don't go viral. It's not like, oh, you suck. Like, it's just the algorithm. It's tossing a coin and hoping that the coin toss goes your way, in my opinion, because like every time I post, that's how I feel. Like I never know what's gonna do well and what's not. And sometimes the thing I'm so sure is gonna do so well does worse than everything else, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, I think those are my biggest tips. And just like I said, have fun, guys. Just enjoy yourself, have fun. At the end of the day, it's about talking about books. Growing is really amazing and awesome. I'm constantly trying to grow my accounts on all platforms because like sometimes I'll be really stagnant. Like on Instagram, I went like 7 months without growing at all, and then I gained 10K in 2 weeks. So keep that in mind as well, that it can be like that. Like you can go from like nothing to 10K in like 2 weeks, which is insane. It tends to be very like like some people are constantly going like this, but I think it's more often it's the, so like don't get discouraged if you're really stagnant for a long period of time, because I got kind of discouraged when I was stuck at the same number for like 7 months. And then I had to remind myself, I'm like, why am I here at the end of the day? I'm here to talk about books. I'm here to find community. I'm here to have fun. It's not always about numbers. Obviously we all care about numbers or we wouldn't have the accounts in the first place, so I get it. But just keep yourself in check. Obviously have your goals, but don't get too bummed if you're being stagnant for a while, because it happens to everyone and it's just part of how it works. And social media can definitely take a toll on your mental health, especially when you're comparing to other people. So just focus on your own journey. I still struggle with this. I have to tell myself this all the time. Focus on your own journey, have fun, and remember why you started in the first place. You know, you're there for community, you're there for fun, you're there to talk about books, and just enjoy that with everybody else. So best of luck to growing your accounts. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still trying to. You got this. Have fun, post what you enjoy, and just do your thing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to drop a like or subscribe, because like I said, I'm still trying to grow too, and YouTube is very new for me still. But yeah, thank you so much for watching if you made it all the way to the end, and I hope you gain a ton of followers and subscribers and whatnot, and you'll do amazing. So thanks for hanging. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.